The Department of English and Philosophy continues to host its annual reading series, where the department works to bring nationally known writers to Murray State to let the campus community hear the author's work. The first writer to be featured in this semester's reading series was Jacinda Townsend. She is currently an assistant professor at Indiana University, and she has published short fiction and nonfiction in numerous literary magazines. She featured and read selections from her book, Saint Monkey, to those who were in attendance at the reading series.
It's about two girls. One of them is a brilliant pianist, and she gets to go and join the jazz scene in Harlem in the 50s. There are a lot of cameos in the book, like Dave Brubeck, James Brown. They're both in the book. And her best friend wants to be an actress but has to stay behind in their town in eastern Kentucky to raise her little sister. So it's about a lot of things. It's about their friendship and the question of whether their friendship can survive that. It's also about what they do with their ambitions. This was kind of many years in the making. I had a novel that my agent sent out to publishing houses, and they all said it was too grim. So this one I consider kind of the product of some learning experience and some personal growth around writing. I'm working on one now. It's set half here and half in Morocco, and it's about an adoption. This woman thinks she's adopting a child, but she's actually kidnapped the child. So it's about what happens after that. I've been writing novels for a long time now. I started out writing short stories when I was in grad school and continued to publish them. And then at some point I just started writing 300, 400-page things.
Townsend wrote the book after coming away with disappointment after her previous novel was not published. She considers the publication of Saint Monkey a miracle, and she was able to describe the journey the book has taken her on since publication.
The reviews it got almost instantly were so much better than I thought, and then it was in the New York Times. And I remember one really high point was I had an interview on PRI with Bob Edwards, who I had always worshipped when he was on NPR. And I remember hearing it on Sirius XM when I was driving somewhere else and thinking, oh my gosh, this thing that I made has gone out into the world and is having this life of its own. And it's such an incredible feeling because it's almost like this thing that was your baby just became a teenager, and it's just gone out on its own. And it's been a miracle, a miraculous journey for me.
Townsend offered tips to young writers as she reminded them that writing is a habit and it takes a great amount of practice to perfect the craft.
I do it every single day, and if I didn't, I think I wouldn't produce as much work. So it's not an option for me. It's not something I do when I kind of feel like it's going to go well, because there are days when it doesn't, but it's still my job, and so I have to do it every day. And I think, writing begets writing, so the more you kind of make it a daily habit, the more you will produce on the days that are going well are going to go really well. So that's my main advice.